Okay, folks, this happened in public with the Dubuque Police Department. A black couple with dreadlocks are stopped and questioned while one partner repeatedly tells the officers they have the right to remain silent. From the audio, you can hear officers insisting on identification, telling the couple they'll wait for another officer, and repeatedly pressing for cooperation while the girlfriend calmly tells them she will not answer questions. The officers repeatedly say they need to confirm whether the male matches the description of a suspect, and one officer tells the couple they'll go to jail if they refuse to identify themselves. Despite the couple making clear they're not the people the officers described, you can hear frustration on both sides, and bystanders in the shot react as the interaction drags on. At several points, the couple politely asks for a supervisor, and the officer pushes back that it's not necessary.
Okay.
Where we go from here?
Well, we're going to wait until another officer comes on scene.
Okay.
Then I'm going to once again ask you to identify yourself. If you don't, then you'll go to jail.
Okay, and then I'm going to sue you. So call your supervisor before you fuck up.
I don't need to.
Yeah, you do.
No,
you might want to call your supervisor for this.
We'll do this another way.
You might want to call your supervisor for this.
Listen to me, because once again, I'm being cordial this entire time, and you're
I really
yelling
don't
at
care.
me. Okay.
I really don't care.
Well, I'm trying to be respectful.
And I am too. And I told you I'm not who you looking for.
And I understand that.
Okay, so you need to get in your squad and go on and find who you looking for, because who you looking for is getting away.
Can you listen, and can you take?
No. Listen. Excuse me. Please.
Just give me 1 second, ma'am. Just give me 1 second.
Listen, he's not gonna cooperate with you.
Okay, just give me.
I told him that.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm still gonna explain where I'm coming from.
I don't care where you coming from.
Okay,
Let him talk.
If I believed every single thing that every person ever said to me, no one would ever go to jail.
But
right?
but you walking around black.
No,
you know
that
that's
is
what's
not
gonna happen.
happening, man.
You got dreadlocks.
Listen,
He got dreadlocks. You're a black man. It don't matter, baby.
Not that.
He
Not
don't.
right now.
He don't care what you saying.
And I don't care what he's saying. That's why I told him he needs
But
to get
listen,
his
it's only gonna make
superior.
it worse. Look at the police officer pulling
I
up.
know, he called him. He needs to call his superior. He needs to call
No, I'm not calling
his
him.
supervisor.
God.
That is your policy to get another officer out here.
Stop talking.
Yes, it is.
Hang tight with him. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
run
it
the
is.
actual ID if it is him
Stop
or not,
talking.
because he's not wanting to ID myself.
Okay.
I'm not gonna push this. So
Just stop talking. Just stop talking.
Yeah, as long as you got me
Just
standing
stop
here,
talking, babe.
as long as you gonna
We have the right to remain silent. We have the right to remain silent.
If I wanted to exercise that right, I would. I know when. Let me do this.
They want us to fight with them.
I don't care
That's what they like. They
and
want
I'm
us
gonna give
fight
it to
with
them. And I'm gonna
all
give
of
it
that.
to them.
We don't have to fight with them.
Because
All
I'm
you
gonna
gotta do
take
is be
their straight to
all
court
you
and
have to
take
do is
for
remain
everything that
silent.
they got.
You have to answer no question that they ask you.
I already
Remain
know
silent.
this. I know this.
So then you don't even have to argue.
You come over here pushing the issue. I
I
already
am
told
pushing
them
the
to
issue
fuck
because
off.
I want them.
Your ass finna get sued. I need your name and badge number.
that's 22.
Officer who?
Yo,
Yo?
what's up?
Okay.
Right there.
What the W stand for?
You don't need to know my first name.
I don't? Okay, don't worry about it, because I'm gonna file a complaint on your dumb ass. What's your name, sir? And your badge number.
6'1".
Excuse me?
Officer Contreras back 6'1".
Thank you. You'll be hearing from my attorney.
Listen closely to the officer's words and tactics. That's where the legal problem sits. Under Iowa law, intentionally confining someone who reasonably believes they're not lawfully subject to detention can meet the elements of false imprisonment. That is according to Iowa Code Section 710.7, a criminal statute that makes unlawful detention a serious misdemeanor when an officer lacks reasonable authority to restrict movement. At the same time, Iowa law and local practice protect a person's right to remain silent during investigative stops. You cannot be punished for refusing to answer questions, and in many ordinary encounters, Iowa does not impose a general duty on a bystander to identify themselves unless a specific stop and identify statute is triggered by reasonable suspicion or a traffic context. If the officers lacked reasonable suspicion to detain the couple, continuing to hold them and demanding answers could cross legal lines that support civil claims or criminal complaints. Separately, the refusal or failure to call a supervisor isn't typically a crime on its own. It's an internal policy and accountability issue, but Dubuque's department documents and city manuals emphasize supervisory responsibility and notification for certain incidents and for proper officer conduct. Failing to summon or notify a supervisor when department policy or the situation reasonably requires it is exactly the sort of procedural lapse that supports an internal complaint, administrative discipline, and public scrutiny. So how do we wrap this up? Objectively, the couple exercised clearly stated rights on camera. The officers escalated by insisting on ID and by resisting supervisor involvement, and the recording preserves key evidence, tone, commands, denials, and the couple's repeated requests for a supervisor and counsel. If you're the couple, next steps typically include preserving the full video, writing down officer badge numbers and patrol car details, submitting a formal complaint to the Dubuque Police Department's Internal Affairs or Civilian Review channel, and consulting a civil rights attorney if you believe the detention met the elements of false imprisonment or violated constitutional protections. For viewers, what do you think? Were the officers justified in continuing the stop, or did this cross the line into unlawful detention and racially biased policing? Drop your take in the comments. And if you've seen similar stops in your city, share how those were handled. The public record is where accountability starts.